Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. So you probably heard already, and let's just refer to the left-wing meme. Yes, today's meme of the day is not actually a quality meme at all, but rather a left-wing meme fail. As we know, the left cannot meme. What everyone's talking about is the end of Twitter. It's game over for Elon Musk. In comes the Zuck to take him down with this new platform, another Twitter clone called Threads. Not exactly the best name, but the left is rejoicing, the left is cheering. The narrative is that Twitter is done for. Elon Musk ran it into the ground. Jim Cramer's pushing the same narrative, by the way.
I don't think they thought of Twitter. But in that I am being facetious, but I say game, set, match Zuckerberg, because he's really learned his lesson. He really understands that it does matter, that you want to be committed to the community. And Facebook is Instagram is a really terrific product. And Twitter is awful. And my kids were saying, like, why are you posting on Twitter? I said, well, it's free. I said, well, that's just great. The worst things in life are free. Whatever Twitter can do, Zuck can do better. Anything Musk can do, still Zuck can do better. I'm not going with that.
Well, if Jim Cramer said it, well then you know that, Elon is definitely finished this time. Just simply refer to the inverse Cramer index. And so it's the topic of the day, it's the conversation of the day. Threads versus Twitter, Elon Musk versus the Zuck. Supposedly they're training for a fight during a massive event, not exactly sure what's going on, but the Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg feud actually goes a whole lot deeper. In fact, Elon Musk is now suing Mark Zuckerberg, or rather, X Corporation is suing Meta. So let me just update you guys on everything that's going on here. I think it's pretty interesting. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So let's first start off with the lawsuit. Another Twitter clone is born. It's funny how they keep saying that it's a dead platform, a dead concept, yet it seems like every single social media company is trying to replicate it. Kind of interesting. Anyways, here's a letter sent to Mark Zuckerberg. Dear Mr. Zuckerberg, I write on behalf of X Corp as successor and interest to Twitter Incorporated. Twitter, based on recent reports regarding your recently launched Threads app, Twitter has serious concerns that Meta has engaged in systematic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property. Over the past year, Meta has hired dozens of former Twitter employees. Twitter knows that these employees previously worked at Twitter, that these employees had and continue to have access to Twitter's trade secrets and other highly confidential information, that these employees owe ongoing obligations to Twitter, and that these employees have improperly retained Twitter's documents and electronic devices. With that knowledge, Meta deliberately assigned these employees to develop, in a matter of months, Meta's copycat Threads app with the specific intent that they use Twitter's trade secrets and other intellectual property in order to accelerate the development of Meta's competing app, in violation of both state and federal law, as well as those employees' ongoing obligations to Twitter. Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights and demands that Meta take immediate steps to stop using any Twitter trade secrets or highly confidential information. Twitter reserves all right, including, but not limited to, the right to seek civil remedies. And so it's on. X Corp, Twitter versus Meta, or Threads, is already getting pretty spicy. And I think Facebook and Meta is in some pretty big trouble here. In most employee contracts, there's usually a non-compete clause or non-compete agreement, which states that employees who were previously employed at any particular company can't quit and simply go to a competitor, giving them all the insider information that would be the intellectual property of the first company. Things are getting heated and Elon Musk has already responded. Twitter Daily News writes, Twitter is threatening to sue Meta over systemic, willful, and unlawful misappropriation of Twitter's trade secrets and IP, as well as scraping of Twitter's data in a cease and desist letter sent yesterday to Mark Zuckerberg by Elon's lawyer, Alex Spiro. Elon then responds, competition is fine, cheating is not. And so the legal battle begins, but honestly, I don't think it's really gonna go anywhere. I don't think it's a really big deal, because here's the thing. Like every other Twitter clone that we've seen, and especially the ones that leftoids keep claiming are gonna take down Twitter, like Blue Sky Social or Mastodon, we're leaving Twitter for good, never to come back, this platform is dead. And then of course 2 days later they're all back, as they realize no one's buying the whole Threads Twitter killer narrative. I mean, for Pete's sakes, as Doge Designer points out, Meta's new Threads logo looks like a tapeworm. Winner, winner, worm dinner. Elon Musk responds, metaphorically too. The simple fact here is that Threads sucks. Immediately as you log on to the new platform, probably the first thing that you're going to see are tweets like these. Ellen DeGeneres on Threads writes, "Welcome to gay Twitter." It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, but this pretty much embodies this new Threads app. It's basically left-wing Twitter. What's the point? I don't even think they have a website, or at least I couldn't find it, so it's literally just an app. Not exactly competing with Twitter if you don't even own the domain name threads.com. Threads.com is already owned by a company named Threads, which is a Slack alternative. And in terms of occupying, I guess, the market space known as left-wing Twitter, well, Reddit already exists. I don't think Threads is gonna take over pretty soon, not to mention, these leftoids literally cannot exist as resistance fighters in a leftist echo chamber platform. It doesn't work. Most of their careers, their Twitter careers, if you can even call them that, depend on right-wing figures tweeting so they can get into the replies, become those infamous resistance reply guys. You know, it's kind of like the whole CNN thing. CNN's ratings crater into the freaking ground when Donald Trump's not president or when Donald Trump's not being indicted or in the news. I give it maybe a week and Meta's Threads app is pretty much dead. But that right there is really a small part of Meta's problems. This meme right over here from Mostly Peaceful Memes puts the whole thing into perspective. It's exactly like Twitter, but with way more censorship. That should pretty much be the sales pitch. Come on over, leftoids. It's basically Twitter, but we'll ban the people that you disagree with. We all know how Facebook operates. You can't post pretty much anything even remotely conservative without having, let's just say, issues with the trust and safety team. The sales pitch or the argument is, come on over here, everyone. Everyone's welcome, except for you, except for you, except for you. Ellen DeGeneres, come right on in. You with the MAGA hat, we're reporting you to the FBI. Don't come anywhere close. Wow, great idea for such an inclusive, amazing platform. It's obviously gonna flop. Not to mention, it's not just Mark Zuckerberg or Meta's history with politically biased censorship, but also their history with collecting people's information. I mean, this Threads app may as well be called the Feds app. Mark Zuckerberg has already admitted that he's colluded behind the scenes with the FBI to censor certain news stories and certain topics. And we know what they do with data as well. This whole Threads app thing is probably freaking launched by the CIA. They lost Twitter, and so they're trying so desperately to regain that power. Not gonna happen. The platform's going to collapse. We're hearing all these numbers and all this news about just how successful the launch has been. 25 million people signing up. Twitter has like over 200 million active users, if I'm not mistaken. And like usual with these Twitter clones, especially in the post-Elon Musk era, you're gonna see a spike in signups and then it's just gonna crater directly into the ground. As all these leftoids come back, their threats of leaving this fascist hellhole always end in the exact same way. I mean, people are still waiting for them to make good on their promise of moving to Canada. What an absolute joke. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, you know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.